Well, good evening, ZSR main people. Welcome to the Z2R Max Rando Tournament of 2026 Swiss round run between Chadbert and Oboe. On commentary will be Elendar and Gob, and the Gob one, excuse me. Let me be perfect.
Oh,
And they will also
good.
be tracking this. And depending on if J-Lo shows up, he will also track. But they'll be tracking and commentating today. So thanks you guys for being here and for hanging out and have fun.
Well. If it isn't Elendar himself,
I'm back.
pulling double duty.
Back from the previous race. We had a million races scheduled today. This is the second of 5 races that were today. Didn't get some of them on the restream, but I'm sure we'll get some bootlegs later in the week.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we had 4 races all scheduled within like a couple hours of each other, all starting about 30 minutes off of each other, so there wasn't even an option for like a 4-way or anything. So
yeah.
But this should be a banger of a matchup.
Yeah, we're little bit of Chadbert posted some historical information in the chat. Apparently, Chadbert is 41-39 against Oboe. So extremely evenly matched.
That sounds about right. Yeah,
these flags are very different than what they normally play. As we see immediately, we've got a million spells and no magic to cast them with.
I'll track Oboe, you track Chadbert.
Alright.
Shield jump life fairy, I saw.
Yeah, we got 2 gems, 2 lives, and a Bagu's Letter Town.
Chadbert not a fan of the 2 life seeds. Yeah, I'm surprised he maybe didn't ask for a reroll. Maybe he did real quick, but I didn't see him typing or anything. So
yeah, they've got quite a bit of starting life, so maybe that convinced them to stick with it. When you start with, shield and 4 bars of life, you feel a little more comfortable about the situation.
Yeah, shield and life spell already, plus fairy. I mean, if you had downstab, this is a no-brainer, no restart, but they both look like they're committed to playing it through.
Yep. Within the first 15 minutes of a race, the runners are allowed to, if they both mutually agree, take a reroll, but if they do want to take a reroll, it is always worse the second time around, and they cannot reroll again.
Yeah, you're stuck with whatever you get.
This is a fundamental rule. If you ask for a reroll, you are asking for pain.
Uh-oh. Hopefully there's another way around here, because this is Fairy Cave. And
maybe doing some grind?
Yeah, a lot of grinding with only 1 magic container.
Oh, no, never mind. So one thing to note about us starting with potentially fewer containers is the logic does logically require you to have 2 containers to cast jump and 4 containers to cast other spells.
Okay, so we're not going to get stuck here.
Cannot be logically blocking us unless there are 3 containers. If that palace was like a P6 with like 3 items in it. But still, like, to do a palace, you have to have 4 containers logically. Or have an any key, obviously. I did put in logic for a bunch of different stuff, including there's a bunch of logic for if you play with blockers anywhere off, then it respects the vanilla container counts for spells as far as blocking stuff. So
you thought of everything.
Yeah. The actual implementation of making you start with fewer magic containers took like basically no time. Rewriting all of the logic, that was the thing.
Yeah.
But basically the reason I ended up doing it now, even though I wanted to do this for a while, is we had to make some changes to get like multiple items in palaces work and some other stuff, and sort of all of the hard stuff for the magic containers we had to do for other reasons. And so once that was all done, the magic containers were kind of free. So we did get random starting containers. Oboe up to 2, so he can logically check this downstab guy, though I don't know if he can actually cast jump. It looks like the answer is no.
Oh, and hey, goody.
for the second race in a row here on Zelda Speedruns, we've got down stab in Death Mountain.
You've got to love it.
I wonder if
Now we just have
Chadbert
to hope
can
for the
cast
vanilla
jump
shuffle.
here. Say, being able to cast
Magic
jump, I'm a little bit
too.
surprised Oboe didn't try to do at least a little bit of grinding to be able to cast jump. Oh, Chadbert can't. He's leaving. He wants to... He'll probably grind out another magic level before he goes into this town because he wants to get that check.
Yeah, it's 55 for jump at Magic 1. I didn't see what it was for Chadbert.
Yeah, two is the logically required number for jump. Everything else logically requires 4, including casting Thunder, although you probably functionally might need some more. But even when we start with 1 container, all 8 will always be in the seed.
But this looks like it's definitely like a vanilla-like. We found our way to the bottom half on Oboe's side. Looks like it's Jump Cave and Parappa Cave both take you right next to each other.
Yeah, so good options. And that's a second 1-up now that they've seen in the small enemy drop pool. So looks like they're going to be pretty common. That's going to make the 2 lives kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, that's pretty reassuring seeing that happen. Now you don't feel too terrible about the 2 life start.
Yeah, I did have a tournament race one time that was, it was 1 bar of life, 2 lives, and didn't get another heart the whole seed, but it had common 1-ups in the pool, so I just got 7 or 8 of them and rolled those into GP. You feel a lot safer like that.
Lucky you. Oh, we got Bagu? And the Link doll. Oh.
Womp womp. Oboe with a much better pickup and a hammer.
Yeah, Brogu the Builder. He gives the hammer a lot, I gotta say.
If we're going to Death Mountain,
to give you out his hammer.
If we're going to Death Mountain to get down stab, it's what we want.
Yeah, exactly. I think he just randomly found Brogu in that huge forest he walked by.
Yeah, well, I mean, once you see some of the Bogus Woods encounters, you can get a vibe for it. Answering our fabulous restreamers question, is a 2-gemmer. So, theoretically, relatively quick. Ordinarily, the thing that makes low gem count seeds take a long time is needing to find a glove. We did start with it today. So this could theoretically be a quick one, but we've got to answer questions like, where's down stab? Where's GP?
I missed what Oboe found on the grass tile there. Keeping an eye on Chadbert, he decided to go through Jump Cave and not leave and check to find that Parappa Cave. Which, if he can make it through, won't be the worst because there's a lot of small enemies in here. He might pick up some lives, some P-bags, etc.
Yeah, looks like Oboe found a mirror.
Oh, right, mirror. I saw that, actually.
We don't know what that's good for, but...
Yeah, we haven't seen Saria yet. The only town we haven't seen yet.
So this is 2 uses of jump in the first 7 minutes of the seed. This is some high concentration jump blocks.
We'll say, getting through this medicine cave was quite the ordeal.
And
there was a lot of Dyers in there. For a jar of magic.
Yeah, and then immediately takes a death to shortcut out of the room and doesn't get any value at all from it.
Yeah, I hate walking through this room.
So the small enemy pool does in fact have both 1-ups and 1,000-point P-bags.
Okay, and we started with glove. Man, this is
baby seed for babies.
I'm not gonna call it a baby. It's still a toddler seed right now. If we started with thunder as well, might be a different story. But
yeah, they do have to go do some work to get down stab.
Yeah, that may not be required, right? 2 gems. This trophies for the spell.
Definitely can happen.
I saw that we have P1 on the west and P3. It looks like each runner has found the opposite one. Chadbert found 1, Oboe's found 3, or it could be 6, of course. But
if you're looking at clear 2 palaces, those are it. Those are the 2 you want to do.
Yep. Absolutely,
If it's 3
to say.
instead of 6.
Yeah. Well, I'll be completely honest with you. I always prefer without downstab for it to be 6 because I love the downstab-less repo.
Yeah,
Only because I'm very bad at it.
They're not going to have to worry that much about experience routing because the seed seems to be showering them with free XP, so...
Yeah. Yeah, one thing that's always, important to think about when you have a low gem seed is your strategic use of gem placements to try to get the most value out of it if you can. But with 1,000-point P bags in the bag, I think you just jam in all the levels you want, where you want, and don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't need them. Already got 434 from Chadbert. I think Oboe's 315 going for the low magic strats.
Yep, I like that. I like the life stuff. Yeah. Oh, Chadbert's found this P. This has got to be P6. Oh no, excuse me. Oboe also has P3 with 2 items in it. So.
Not even 10 minutes in, and Oboe just left a P bag on the ground. Didn't want to go back for it. Wasn't worth the very short walk.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's race season. When no chill, man. Don't have time.
Oh,
right, this is the other 36 right there.
Okay. Neither of which has any items in them. It's definitely one property. You're going to see more palaces without items in them in Max Rando, just because since we have starting items, when you don't have any starting items, the palaces sort of have to have at least there has to be some palaces with items in them because the items have to be somewhere. There has to be, I think normally it's at least 4. Jump, right? Yeah, at least 4 palace items have to exist just to keep everything in the pool properly. But in Max Rando, if we start with 5 spells like we did, then there could be no items in palaces, or potentially, like a dozen.
All right, so some interesting stuff. Oboe found Raft Town and Saria, but only the backside. Can't get through because we can't cast Fairy. He also found the raft tile on the bottom of the right-hand side of the west, and then a cave to the maze. And what looks like... Is he gonna have... Oh, and the back of... No, not Fairy Cave. This has got to be the back of... No, it is the back of Fairy Cave, isn't it? We already saw the front, I think. It's the back of a connector cave, or pasture cave.
We saw the back of Fairy Cave already.
Yeah. It must be. Well, it's got to be Parappa then, I guess.
Yeah. Interesting from Oboe. Finds P4, doesn't even check the... Ordinarily, you see runners definitely check how much the red iron knuckles are worth to see if it's a good grind. But again, they've got being showered with so much experience, they just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, even with the 2 life start, though, I'm always Oh! There's our cave to DM. It is not vanilla shuffled. Sad.
Yeah, but they are going to want to find their way in there in just a second here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I can see a world where... Oh, there's the bridge. This has got to go east, I think, right?
Nope.
Wait, what?
So the
raft is the only way east.
No, didn't they take the raft to get to Maze?
No, they don't have the raft. We found the raft tile and we found the town that raft is in, which is Saria, but...
Okay.
So if GP's on the east, we've got to get our way to the other side of Saria somehow.
All right, well, good news for them. The mirror was pretty free.
Wait a minute. It's Letter Town in Raru. But I don't think Oboe got it. No, he didn't got it. Or I bet he would have gone through Saria.
And he can't cast Fairy at Magic 1.
No, there's no way.
No, absolutely no way. Even at minimum cost, he can't. So he's going to have to go back and get that letter or potentially, farm up some experience to be able to cast Fairy.
Interestingly, Chadbert might be able to. It's got to be sub 32 or less at Magic 4. That's
the other
maybe Magic 5.
The other really arcane possibility we haven't seen is it is logical that you could cross Saria with dash plus jump, although that too is going to cost so much mana that
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I think the dash plus jump connection requires like 5 containers. I don't remember what I set it to.
Yeah, dash doesn't get super cheap till Magic 5. It can get to be like low single digits, but jump itself, yeah, is never that cheap. It's probably looking at 3. I see Chadbert actually hasn't found Raru. I don't think. He did find it. He also didn't get the letter. Fellas, you must get the letter.
Our runners are getting what they deserve for not getting back his letter.
You can't snub. That's permission to complete the seed. You can't snub the letter, man.
Every time you speak poorly of it, it's like, no.
Right, Oboe's in Hammer Cave. So we'll find out right away. We did, like you said, we did get the hammer from Brogu, so if it's not in here, we should, unless it's some kind of dirty boots block in DM, we should theoretically be able to get to the rock.
Yeah, and I definitely am a strong believer in doing what it takes to get down stab. Chance of it being required is decent, but also it just makes things so much easier in GP.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm no spoilerinos, but for my race earlier, Tabby's in the chat. He can probably confirm it. I don't think our GP would have been completable at our levels without downstab and the way the enemy set was. Oh, it's the other stab!
Wrong one!
It's Stab Mountain! Wow!
Oh, he leaves, doesn't want to walk it out. Interesting.
He probably wants to get that letter.
Downstab, yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably. He realizes he's going to get the letter, so he's just going to loop around anyway.
Yeah, this is one of the things about Max Rando that gets me sometimes is sometimes you just have so much you can do, so many ways. Like, you can start with a certain combo of items or find early, and you're just like, do I dig palaces and just hope that it's no doubt? Do I go get downstab? Do I look for? It's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
But also, is what makes it really fun.
Well, right now, palaces are both palaces are not in logic, and also I don't think have there been any items in any of the palaces I've seen.
I think P4 had P4 had 1 and P3 had 2, and I think P1 even had 1 item in it. But you have to think that the chances of junk are so high with how much we started with, right?
Yeah, probably.
It's a tricky seed, but that's why these runners are going to make it look easy, even still.
Chadbert going for the enemy despawn, but it doesn't work because it was a small enemy.
Gun big, small. Yeah, there's 1 item P1 right there. Chadbert's face.
Still laughing.
Well, I guess. I mean,
yeah,
you're not that upset to find upstab. Yeah. Yeah, interesting.
You want downstab.
I feel like Oboe just kind of wanted to go back, get the letter, and just reroute his way there, right? Yeah. Go to Saria, get his
do it
raft.
at some point anyway.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because no, we haven't found. Have we found all 3 palaces? Yeah, we did. And yeah, so it's guaranteed we have to go east, right? GP's either in the east or it's in VOD.
You could definitely get seeds sometime. Where's Chadbert? Has 6 lives remaining.
Chadbert has 6 lives.
6 out of 2 lives.
On a 2 life star, man. What a scam! Come on. How many 2 life seeds I played where there's no 1-ups? Get out of here.
All right, so we are going to see the far side of Saria here. Going to get our raft and whatever that table is hiding.
Yeah, and I mean, the east is a huge wild card right now. We have no idea what the biome is, right? It could be islands and we have no boots.
Could be vanilla shuffle.
Be like a vanilla shuffled, yeah.
Gotta find that flute.
One thing on my mind right now is, that's what I was gonna say. The flute, that could be a 3-eyed rock. Hiding GP.
So many options.
I think Oboe found this.
$300. Hey, 300 good for a magic level.
That's true. Okay, Oboe definitely found this. He found this magic container. He didn't find the second item on the maze by the looks of it, but I don't think we're gonna go out of our way to look for it.
One notable thing about the experience being set to +/-4, it does affect the P bags as well as the enemies. So you can get ordinarily. It's pretty rare to find 1,000-point P bags in +-2 because there's always 4 bags. There's always 4 kinds of bags in each seed, and each of those bags is their vanilla value plus or minus, up to the relevant number of levels.
Right, what is it? 20, 50, 100, 200? Then the range is what makes it.
No, it's the 50 is the small one normally, I think, right?
Oh. Is it 500?
I think it's 50, 100, 200. Yeah, it's 500 for the East Forest has one. There's a couple.
Right, yeah, the East Forest and the East
PBA. Yeah, before the 500 could +2 to 1,000, that was the only one. So only 1 out of 5 seeds even could have 1,000-point bags. Then they actually have to show up somewhere. Even if the bag is in the seed, it might not be in the drop pool anywhere. And Chadbert is frustrated at not being able to find this last item here.
Oboe made his way across Saria, and all he was rewarded with was a single cave. However, it had a 3rd magic container in it, which could be pretty big. 3 magic containers. If he can get the magic 5, that fairy might become castable.
Yeah, but yeah, you see 1,000-point bags, a little bit more in +-4 because that chance goes from 1 out of 5 to 3 out of 9. Because if a value would roll below 0 or above 1,000, it just uses that value still.
Oh, it just scales back to. I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah, because there are only 16 possible experience values in the game. We could change that. Weirdly, the biggest thing to stop, I guess, from changing that is the text that appears when you pick up a P bag. All the text you get when you get experience. It's not like generated where it's like drawing the number. There's just like parts of. There's like a 00 and a 3, and they're like built together from a very limited set of sprites. And so, if you wanted to change, how many experience values there were or what experience values there were, you'd have to mess around. And unfortunately, graphics memory is one of those places where we are using all of it.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's very much left, is there?
Well, we're actually using more than all of it. When we changed to MMC5, one of the things JRO put in is we're using an MMC5 feature to double the available amount of graphic memory available. But we are using all of that.
Gee.
For stuff like the new menu and.
Oh yeah, and the stat. I guess the stat screen is probably.
No, the stat screen runs a different bank, so that isn't a problem. But one of the things we use it for is, especially like all the new spell icons and stuff needed to be loaded into memory. We also did things like before there was some funky stuff that was being done for because ordinarily something like the child isn't in the graphics bank for the West because that's not where the child is. And so there was some behind the scenes magic that was being done to try and rig it up to work properly. And when we did the graphics extension, we just made it so it's there all the time. All the things you can pick up are on all of the banks.
Oh, you just copied them over. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they're always there at all times. We do have a few free slots, but not enough that we can afford to go messing with them too much.
Well, Chadbert is trolling through this DM, trying to get to the rock. Meanwhile, Oboe made his way into 3 and cleanly killed the down-established Reba, which was pretty impressive.
And hey,
but he does not have... Look at that rock in the caldera! Don't see that every day.
The rock can be anywhere. The rock does as it pleases.
Yep.
Oboe's
That's kind of a rare one, though.
Oh, I see what I was doing. He's checking his dripper. He wants to see what we're dripping. We're dripping 70-point Doom Knockers. So
yeah, he does not have enough to cast Fairy. He came in here without cast a Fairy or a key. He's hoping that this will be enough, because I think it was 60. It probably... 37. We're good. All right.
And not a logical clear still, but he's got enough. He's got enough.
So that third container he got across Saria was actually pretty big for him right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough to get going.
Yeah, with only a 2-gemmer, I mean, as soon as you get it castable. To note, though, it looks like he is forsaking the downstab in DM. I don't think he has any plans to go back there.
Yeah, I mean, once you up A out of Hammer Cave, you're sort of committed.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised
on the board,
if we just
placing this gem.
If we see a P1 from him, and then just a raft tile east, hoping we find an open GP. Actually, you might just go east now. Yeah, I guess you're right here. So, what do we know? What is east? It's going to be 2, 5, and GP. Yeah, I mean, at our levels, we can definitely do P5.
Say one of those is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the other thing about Max Rando that I'm still getting used to is with the boss rooms potentially exiting or not exiting. I mean, you could walk into P5 and the boss could be 2 rooms in.
Oh yeah,
you could walk in it.
Yeah, Oh, okay.
It's a dry canyon.
Very convenient. Medicine
so
town
the water
sighting,
that Chadbert got is. No, yeah, that's dead. That's and Chadbert got the water from somewhere. I don't remember where. But he's gonna be pretty.
We'll see what
not
the
pleased
fountain
when he sees
holds.
that. Yeah, what's in the real water? The boot. That is not gonna help us at the moment.
So, he's up Aing. Wow, he wants to go back west and boot his way around.
Now that he's found GP, he's just gonna go into P1. Yeah.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
You got palaces to clear. You
Chadbert,
got a castable fairy. Let's go.
Well, and here's Chadbert. He's in a P1. He's got a castable. No, he does not have a castable fairy. It's 37.
Yep,
That's
and
why
there's a key door. He's got to leave.
No way, dude. Going across Saria, Bagu's letter turned out to be huge. Yeah, and he's going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has to. I think this is logically the only thing he can do. He does not seem happy about it.
I'm guessing that you could probably get another container to be, to get in logic in the east, probably like, I mean, I guess on the water tile or the desert tile or something in the east. Oboe found the item room, but he's got to take a death, sadly. Life 5 actually looks pretty okay in terms of how much damage he's taking.
Yeah, they just wish they had some more magic to cast shield.
Right, I was about to say, a 4th magic container is almost certainly the best find here. And maybe Thunder might be a close second, just in case, but...
Well,
we're still gonna get it, though. We might have to... I mean, there is a world in which it would be a pretty gross world, but we might need to go through VOD, right? It could be a thing.
Yeah.
Probably not, though. What can block us? Well, we might have to forget Thunder, right?
Yeah, Thunder is really
the big one right now.
We've got Jump, we've got Fairy, both stabs.
Yep. Both stabs. I mean, the key door room could troll us, but that one shows up so rarely. But sometimes it shows up.
It did show up in our first race of the week with the Jacober. I forget who he was playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't required. It was a tower. You could have gone the other way around.
Ah, boo.
But it did show up. When Jacober didn't have magic, he did make a conscious effort to go pick up another key to make sure he could clear it. So good thinking on his part, but it was bypassable. You could have gone the other way.
All right, Oboe at 27. He's always got to go die, so... Around 27.5 minutes, he puts both his gems in. Chadbert still on the hunt for the 3rd container. That's going to give him the castable fairy. He's going to get it across Sarai. I'm sure he's hoping it's under the table here, but it's not. But he's going to get it in the trophy cave. Across the way. Yeah, Life 5 is looking pretty nice. That took a hot minute for the Bogos to get us.
It's always tricky because Life is, whereas attack is just one number, right? Your attack level tells you how much damage you deal, and that's how much damage you deal. Life is tricky because each individual category of damage gets randomized separately.
Oh, Chadbert accidentally brought up his Mr. menu.
Yeah, hitting the wrong button on that, losing a little bit of time. But yeah, so
there is the magic container.
There are 7 different categories of damage, and every enemy that doesn't deal constant damage deals one of the 7 categories, and all of those are shuffled separately for what your life means. So it's possible that you end up with a life level that's good against strong enemies, but not very good against weak enemies, or vice versa. On average, it averages out.
I did not know this. I mean, I knew there was different types, right? That's why you can body the birds in GP and not take much damage with the beams.
Yeah, it all depends. The scariest bit about it is that Thunderbird is his own damage category. And
nice.
That you could just get to Thunderbird and be like, especially like the higher life level, because it works like everything else, right? Like it can't go down. You can't go down in effect as you level up. So once you're like life 6, life 7, like it's going to be good regardless of what you're doing. But especially if you get to Thunderbird on like a life 4 or life 5, sometimes you just rolled poorly a few times in a row and he's just like hi and trucks you.
So Oboe has found a 4th container that was boots blocked. Logically, the game wanted you to go east to get the boots to come back. Well, you had to get the raft from getting Bagu's letter. Then get the boots from the east to come back to get to that cave right there. To get your 4th magic container, which could be big. I'm not sure how much shield it costs, but if it's sub 1 bar, I mean, any extra cast of shield is going to be nice.
Yeah, that was the logically required route. All right, so just under 30 minutes and 30 seconds is Oboe's time coming in here. He does not have downstab, does not have thunder, so could get turned around.
Yeah, not having downstab definitely makes some of these rooms really tricky, especially these bird knights. You wanna usually bounce off their head and just carry on. 1-ups from the bosses. I wonder if Chadbert can finagle these extra kills. Or extra palaces.
If you can carry your bonus lives into GP, it's a big deal.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. We're out.
And just like that, the seed carries on.
Thunderbird not necessarily required in this flag set, but there he is.
Yep. When he's directly in the way, you can't do much about it.
Because of how some of the newer styles work, I think Thunderbird is a little bit more likely to show up than he was before, but not a ton. Like it's still, maybe around 50%, maybe a little bit lower than that he's going to be required. Yeah, and Copa brings up a good point.
In my experience, the towers.
Yeah, the towers are tricky. You definitely can have towers that don't require Thunderbird, but
it seems more likely.
Yeah, it's just because of it has to put Thunderbird somewhere, and one of the rules of Thunderbird, even when Thunderbird isn't required, it's guaranteed that you can never enter his room from the right because it would break him if you did, just like the rest of the bosses. And so, because the towers loop around in a circle horizontally, it makes it a little bit tricky for it to find a place to put Thunderbird.
Right.
But the towers are only like 1/6 or 1/7. I forget how many styles we have in the shuffle. So, it's a small difference. If I were Oboe here, this is going to sound insane. I'm going to get the hint. So, let me explain.
The old casino hint?
Yeah. So one of the changes
one
of the changes that was made for this version for this tournament is the old casino hint is always a real hint now. And as before, it's guaranteed when Spell Shuffle is on, there's always going to be one hint for one of Fairy, Reflect, or Thunder. They have not found that hint yet. So there's a 1 in 3 chance that there's a Thunder hint hanging out somewhere in the pool.
Yeah, that also makes use of the cross that we got, right?
Yeah.
Out of, what was that, P1?
And it's a little bit of a crazy thing to go into Old Kasuno. There's a lot of Moas in there, but if you've got a cross, you've got shield spell, especially if you have dash.
Yeah.
It can be a good play, but Oboe declining to do that, just going to continue on. Gets 2 more containers between Old Kasuno and this cave, so that's huge.
Yep.
6 containers,
now
magic
double the
5.
containers.
He is probably good without any more magic levels at this point to cast Thunder.
Yeah, that's what, 96 magic 5 Thunder?
There's no guarantee, but because the magic costs are plus minus 50%, and even up to magic 6, the vanilla cost for Thunder is still extremely high.
So, well, here's the 7th one. That'll get us into Granny's basement guaranteed if we need to, which we do, of course.
All right.
So,
is this even randomized?
I know, right? Who are we yelling at? Oh no! Alright, so Oboe also found the other open palace was P2 with 2 items.
I mean,
so
that's
we have
a
two
good
item...
spot to check.
Yeah, we have a 2-item P2. We have a 1-item P4, a 2-item P6 back on the west, and 5 is in VOD. We have no idea how many items. I think he's doing the right thing by just checking the overworld first, right? I think he still has the desert tile, one of the caves. But it is turned into what I like to call a thunt. We need to find that thunder spell.
That's not the thunder spell.
Thunder hunt.
Worth
Sadly,
noting as Oboe picks up fire there, we have added a separate icon for leaked fire and regular fire because it is random what fire does in this flag set. So that is plain old normal fire.
Of course, the child only good for a P bag, so that's not going to get turned in.
Yeah,
We're
but
gonna check
Upstab
the
guy is going to have
Upstab
something.
Man.
Oh,
getting denied by Granny. No Christmas card for you this year, buddy. See you later. Did we check the... I think we still have the downstab guy in Mito, right? For Oboe.
Yeah, nobody was able...
That guy,
yeah, it was just a P-bag or something.
Chadbert was able to check jump. It was a
Oboe
link
hasn't
doll or
checked
something.
it, but... Speaking of P-bag...
Man, Darunia sucks! I swear, this town never has anything good.
Chadbert up A and...
So what have we... Let's take stock on what we got left here. We've got the desert tile. The spell tower. Oboe has another check in the downstab man and Mito and maze, but we know that's not it. A nice small key. Oh, there's Larry, but we can't free him.
We've got 2 items in 6. We've got 2 items in 2. I think the Maze Palace had an item, so we've got a number of palace checks we could do. I'm sure runners don't want to, but a 2-item 2 is a pretty reasonable check. A 1-item 5 is not somewhere you want to be.
Yeah. Well, we have no idea what 5 is.
5 is. I'm just...
Yeah, 5 is in VOD, but based on the amount of stuff, I mean, I guess there's still potential heart containers left, but the flag set we run is the amount that you start with is random from 1 to 8, and the amount that the seed allows for a maximum is also random, which includes 0, so you may never see another heart container from what you start with.
Yeah, there's a random number of additional containers between 0 and how many you need to get 8, so no guarantee they're out there. And the more we find these P-bags, every container that gets removed is another P-bag thrown into the item pool.
That's literally what I was going to say. With all the junk checks we've seen, I would be shocked if we find any more than like 1 more at this point.
Yeah. I mean, they started with so many spells. That's also a lot of junk items in the pool.
That's true, yeah.
Everything
discarded
you start
hearts
with
and
gets
spells.
replaced with a random small item, and they started with glove and 5 spells. That's 6 junk items to add to the 3 or so you already start with. It sort of depends on palaces can also, remove items from the pool if they have no items. So it's a little bit variable how much stuff you end up seeing.
So Oboe got the spell. I think it was from one of the caves in the east, I think. Just based on what he's seen and because Chadbert doesn't have it. He hasn't been at east at all. That's what he's going to do, unfortunately.
He still doesn't know how to get to the east, I don't think. Or he'd be
yeah,
there by
he's
now.
got to get that raft. Yeah, he's going to go into GP too and just check to see if he can do it, right? So I don't want to say anyone's ahead, but if Chadbert just is going to do what Oboe does and be behind by default, he is sort of behind here. He could, just YOLO into P2 and find Thunder, right? It's far from over for sure, but he's got to diverge from what Oboe's doing to have a chance at this point.
There's still the wild card too that Oboe doesn't have downstab, hasn't picked it up. He knows where it is. He knows where it is, but I don't think he's going to go look for it.
That's a great call. Yeah, he's not going to go back to that DM. No, there's no. Yeah, you're right. That could be a huge wild card.
It's not like it's a mystery item in DM and he just doesn't want to do the check because it's DM. He knows what it is. He knows it's not Thunder Spell.
Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Like, it's when you are fighting stuff on somebody the same caliber as you, which these guys are pretty, like, there might be like a minuscule amount of difference combat-wise between these guys, but probably not. The person with downstab is just gonna do things faster no matter what.
Speaking of bosses that can appear right at the beginning of palaces.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, just straight down an elevator, and we're going to have to beat up a Barbie here in order to advance further into this palace. 2 items here in 6. So
ironically, a boss that would die a lot faster with downstab. And jump spell, you just bonk on their head.
Chadbert also does his real quick check and sees he needs Thunder. Oboe at least getting rewarded with a 1-up for that fight.
Chadbert has full cleared the west. He has a cave that's not checked off on his tracker, but I believe he just found it before he went east. So he is going to full hard commit to stay in the east. And I wonder if he's just going to turn around and go into that P2, or he might YOLO into P5.
Yeah, I mean, the tricky thing about P5 is you just don't know how many items are there.
I know, it's the worst, right? And you've got to make your way through VOD, which, depending on... It is a dry canyon, which... It's highly unlikely, but sometimes you can get lucky and it's only like 1 encounter in, but it really depends on which side of the map it's on and which way it's facing, things like that. It's usually going to be the 3 fairy cast to get through those VOD encounters.
Oh, Oboe forgets he has a key, goes to fairy through a door, and just burns his magic away.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably got like 9 lives at this point, right? With the amount of lives in the draw pool. Oh, and
here's an item.
He had just enough. He got hit by the guy right as he cast it, and he had just exact amount of magic.
All right, good news for Oboe. That's the last container, so officially no longer needs to worry about Thunder being castable.
Yeah, that's crazy. He went from 3 containers to 8 in the matter of about, I don't know, 10 or 12 minutes. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, unlike hard containers, when you start with 1, there has to be 7 more in the pool. All right. You got to pick that up, right?
No, we saw Larry. He's just chilling. He's not doing anything.
3-eyed rock?
No 3-eyed rock.
I guess he's done all the overworldies checks.
Yeah, he did all the east. Yeah, so he definitely has seen. There's no.
Yeah. If he's seen all the palaces,
considering
and he's
that
seen
he found
all the
everything.
overworld checks in the east, yeah.
Yeah, so it's all.
There can't be anything required under it because he's already seen all of it.
Exactly. Yep. No, Larry was just
I would have gone
hanging
and gotten the
out
flute. I did not put all that together that quickly.
Yeah, we'll probably see him. He's kind of up by P2, I think. He's just chilling. He's as a good friend of the stream says, he's just clocked in pretty good today. He's working hard for his money.
So both runners on to the east now.
Spell Tower is the only non-dungeon check left, non-palace check, sorry.
And he's going to check it, I have to imagine, imminently. You don't
think
go.
you
You
have
don't
to
go
commit
get
to it,
spell
yeah.
spell and then not check.
Well, it is something.
No, this is a hammer cave. This is a hammer block P2.
This is P2. I'm dumb.
Yeah,
I'm dumb.
but it's not fully
okay.
blocked. It's just hammer blocked.
No. I was like, the forest tile is something. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see him break it at first. All right, never mind. I got a little too excited there.
So this is a reasonable spot to check. Once again, going to be 2 items in here, so a decent density. I might have checked spell tower first, just because again, if you're going to go get spell, you probably check that first. A little bit quicker of a check.
Yeah, he had a reason to go back to the west. I kind of forget what it was, but
He had that one cave he hadn't checked.
right, yeah.
Again, I don't know.
Yeah, the 2-item palaces.
I might have stayed in the east, and he got spell there too. But again, if you're gonna spend the time to go get spell, turn in spell, right? It's
yeah. I mean, it's just something he kind of got along the way, right? He's probably thinking,
yeah,
oh
but
man.
as far as like his
Spell
remaining checks, that's got to be on average his quickest remaining check is.
I think you're
spell
probably
tower.
right. Yeah.
Like,
Was that the candle? I think.
I think that was a 1-up. It just looks a little weird because he's white mage.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
All right, so Oboe's
Maybe next
out.
time you
Just
menus.
finds a dead end. Going to check a different path here. Chadbert going to do all his overworld checks. Makes sense.
Yeah. So like I said with Chadbert, he's got to do something different than what Oboe's done, because Oboe's probably like 5 minutes ahead of him in terms of. Like they're doing the same path, but Oboe's just 5 minutes into the future.
Yeah.
So Chadbert's gonna have to do
If
spell
you feel
tower,
like you're
go
behind,
to 5.
Valley of Death is absolutely the place to gamble.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yep. You want to go where the other person is least likely to go. And I mean, these guys, you've already said it, they've raced each other 80 times. So they know each other pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Chadbert, you have to figure you're behind at this point, but...
Yeah, he walked around the west for probably a little too long, but he probably knows to find that raft hookup, so...
Yeah, he did not seem happy when he finally was forced to go check it, so...
I mean, we haven't even talked about this, but... Is this the locker room? Oh, we have the jump spell, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I call this room the locker room because it's a jump block, aka jock, and jocks hang out in the locker room.
Yep.
That's what I've always called it ever since
But
I saw it.
news here. I think Chadbert does have spell, so we're gonna see what's in that spell tower. He does not apparently have spell. We are not gonna see what's in that tower.
So yeah, he's got both caves. Maybe Oboe must have got it on the desert tile, because he got it from the east. He had to have, but I thought he got it in a cave. But unless he got it here in Grandma's basement, that would be pretty funny. Oh no, that's right. That's fire. Yeah, we knew that. So I think spell's on the desert tile. Yeah, if Chadbert gets that, I really would like to see him go back straight to the tower. Of course, he doesn't know, right? You never truly know what your opponent's doing, obviously. So spell tower, there's a saying from one of our more prominent members that winners don't cast the spell. Just gotta ignore that guy.
I love casting the spell.
Me too. That screen is fun, man. You can do
Here
so
we
many
go.
things. You can. Chadbert's going. Let's go.
For the first time this tournament I've seen, Chadbert.
I love it.
He's gonna take the chance. There's, like I said, probably like a little better, like somewhere between 1 and 3 and 1 and 4 chance. This is a thunder hint.
No, it's the only it's this one right here.
Yeah,
it's the only building that's intact.
Go west to find the hammer. Womp womp.
I thought that had to be a guarantee. Oh, you're saying it's a guaranteed hit, but it's not guaranteed for.
It was in there was a bug in like 5.1.0, 5.1.1 where it was always that spell hint. But that was a bug. Oh, okay. Here it is. Oboe has found thunder.
It's in P2, right? That's what you were talking about. Was just going to P2.
I wanted to see that hint. All right, so Oboe only downstab can stop him now, but he's not going to go get that. He's just going to go and hope.
That means, unfortunately, the spell tower is probably holding... I mean, it could be holding a vanilla any key, which the key room could come into play. It's super unlikely. A candle, or I think probably junk, or if there is a heart container in the seed, that, so...
All right, so a solid 15 minutes
30.
after Oboe was here the first time. He's back.
Almost exactly 15 minutes after is what it took him to find Thunder. And what I was going to say earlier was, we have literally zero idea how many rooms are after T-Bird. It could be 2, it could be 10, it could be 35 for all we know.
It could
GP
be like
can
50.
roll to full. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's a little bit different than previous. The last tournament, it was either short or long at random.
Right.
This time it is a new. It's a continuous distribution between short and long. So instead of being like that's scary. Instead of being a 2-point.
There's Larry.
Distribution, it's a lot more smooth, but it could be anywhere between short for GP, which is still quite long, and long GP, which is you're up to 63 rooms is our maximum.
Dude. And we also have no idea really what type it is either, right? I mean, if it's a 63 room tower, it could be. I think the most floors I ever had on a GP, like levels or floors or whatever you can call it, was like 15 floors or something. I counted. It was
so a
crazy.
little bit of inside math on how the floor and the towers work. Each level in a tower has the same number of rooms in it, up to potentially. Again, if it's an odd number, and there have to be extra rooms. The lower levels may have up to 1 additional room. But if there are additional rooms, it's always on the bottom levels, because that's how you build a tower. But the number of rooms in each floor of the tower is the total number of rooms in the tower minus 2 for the entrance and the boss room, because they're always the only room on their level. So you take the number of rooms in the tower, subtract 2, take the square root of that, and then plus or minus 2 with a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 7. So the more rooms you have in the tower, the wider on average each floor is, but there's a bit of variability. And especially if you get a full GP, you tend to get just some fat floors.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I will never ever remember that. There is way too much for me to remember in GP.
You don't need to know the full specifics of it, but what it means is that if it's a really short palace, you're gonna get skinny floors on average. If it's a really big palace, you're gonna see some fat floors on average.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's actually pretty interesting, because if you sort of suss out that it's a tower, you can never really know until you find like that floor that loops it to itself.
Yeah.
But if you have like a 8-room first floor, you can kind of guess it's a pretty hefty tower. Then is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and also you can count, right? The towers, they loop around horizontally, but they do have sane geometry, right? If you know that there's 5 rooms in a level in a tower, then you can sort of work out, okay, I'm going to go up and then a couple rooms over and then drop down to try and get into this room that was, boots blocks that I couldn't get to, or glove block that I couldn't get to before. Like you could use that knowledge to help you navigate around. Good news for Chadbert. He did find the Thunder much faster than Oboe did in his general hunt. So we're going to see him in here. And honestly, even though he's probably going to be about 5 minutes behind here coming into GP, A, he's got downstab. B, this GP is going to be potentially very long and hard. And C, they've got 2 lives.
Yep.
Absolutely could be determined by game overs here.
Oboe used 4 lives to kill T-Bird, because we talked about the damage like buckets earlier, I guess. T-Bird didn't care how strong your life was against other enemies. He was clapping you at that life 6. Chadbert has life 7, which probably won't make a huge difference against T-Bird, but it could against these other enemies.
I do not remember what it's similar to how magic curves work. the life levels, you can like know, oh, there's like in vanilla life 7 is, I'm just making up numbers here, but like in vanilla life 7 is especially good against Thunderbird or something like that. If you know that, then you know the randomizer is randomly going to follow about the same curve. I don't remember any of those numbers. I have the spell curves pretty well known, just because you know they're relevant in vanilla and they come up enough. You know.
Yeah, you play enough season, you kind of get an idea of what stuff's gonna be castable.
Yeah, like fire starts to get cheap at Magic 5. Fairy you know, Fairy gets a lot cheaper at Magic 3, and then again at Magic 5. Like,
yeah, you just kind of remember the
Magic
inflection levels.
7. Yeah, like there's some things that you can remember. You can do those same sorts of things with life levels to try and like make a determination of when you want to take a life level or not. I don't remember those tables at all, and I don't think anyone else does or cares. But it is technically.
Like T-Bird's got some hands today. But Chadbert, you know what? Chadbert killed faster as well. Yeah, Chadbert it only took him like 2 minutes to kill T-Bird. It took Oboe about, I think, 3.5. So Chadbert is making up time.
Yeah,
it just depends on how long and what kind of GP this is.
Oboe dropped down to what would be below the starting floor, so definitely not a tower here in this GP.
Yeah.
What is the actual style? Oh.
Yep, we don't know. It
from that loop Oboe
looks logical so far.
Yeah, Oboe took what looks like a loop there, and I think that means it's one of the logical styles, but
yeah. So we're looking at like random walk, sequential.
Yeah, one of those
made
two.
his. Yeah. Chadbert went the other way, and he found this drop too. So I'm pretty sure it is logical. I could be. I mean, I've been known to be wrong many times before.
When we took Loopy out of the random shuffle, it did reduce pretty significantly the number of non-Euclidean palaces you get. I've been starting to call them like coordinate and non-coordinate systems because like technically the tower's geometry is also non-Euclidean, right? It's a cylinder, not a.
Yeah, I just call it logical. Like when palaces make sense, right? You go up, right, down, left, you'll loop on yourself. That's what a logical palace is.
Then you get the real nonsense like chaos palaces. We should somehow do like a little mini tournament for chaos palaces.
Every time I play chaos palaces, it's so fun because there is logic in where it sends you. It's actually really good training for GP because you have to remember, go in this room, go back out, take this elevator up, go back down, go left. Like it's actually really, really good training for disgusting GPs, like remembering where to go, things like that. So yeah, I love the chaos.
Speaking of,
he just walked to it.
Okay, well we were all this time we're talking about like I was expecting to see 30 or 40 more wins of GP. Like who knows what's gonna happen? Yeah,
come on, man. It was actually really tame after.
Yeah, in the same way that Chadbert could have stolen this race, or like it definitely could have come down to game overs. Oboe was on his last life, and this could have been mean, but unfortunately, short of that Thunderbird, this GP was super tame.
Yep.
Get your GGs in chat for Oboe. Sort of crushing this one. 56 minutes, 39 seconds.
Yeah, good race nonetheless. I think the difference maker was Oboe just basically found his way off the west a little bit faster. That's about the only difference. Was it. Chadbert made up a lot of time at the end by going to the right place with Thunder. Downstab, it might have helped in a couple rooms here, but it wasn't a huge help. So Oboe snubbing it in the I guess that too got the DM. It took Chadbert quite a while to find that rock in DM, right? Oboe just gave up on it. So
I mean, I think he made, having downstab is going to make quite a bit of that up, but the real place that having downstab would have made up a bunch of time is here in GP, and with how free it was. Like, even with him having to double dip and fight Thunderbird and everything, still 9 minutes is a very quick GP.
Yep.
And I have no idea if Chadbert's on the right route or not. It looks like he's going to try and finish it out.
I don't know.
I mean, there definitely could be multiple ways. We don't know.
I want to say it was just go up and right, which ironically we call in the community as a meme Chadbert rules. Just when you're unsure or you think it's like a logical tower or logical palace, just go up and right.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that was made his way to.
Oboe not going to join us for an interview, so we'll hang out with Chadbert for a bit and cheer him on to finish this one up. Hopefully, he should be soon. I don't actually know.
Yeah, I sadly was keeping an eye on Chadbert's screen if you could catch up. I wasn't watching Oboe.
When I'm playing, when you're playing in the race, you're keeping a mental, even if it's not coordinate palace, you keep a track in your head, okay, I've got this left here and this left there, and or you're trying to keep a rough mental map of okay, I went down a bunch at the beginning and now I'm going right, so this is a vague shape of what the palace is that you're keeping in mind when there's two people running and you're not playing the race. It's a whole lot harder to try and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I sort of just try to get the picture of the general shape of the palace, right? It's pretty easy when it's a random walk and you've got 4 levels that just have 3 horizontal planes to it. You can kind of get the idea of it's a big box or something, but reconstructed is where it gets the most fun trying to do that, because there really isn't a shape per se. It's just how many junctions are left.
Yeah, it's worth noting in reconstructed there is a maximum number of dead ends that can be in the palace. Sequential does not have that issue, and got to the end of this route, Chadbert determined that's going to be enough for him. He's going to pop in and talk to us for a little bit here.
Yep, don't blame him at all.
He definitely could have, come through and stolen this race.
So Oboe must have stayed more around the bottom of the map, right? And that led his way into the Dark Link. GG's. Oh,
can you hear us, Chad?
I think he's got headset issues.
Gotta put his desk back down and make sure everything's plugged in.
Yep, it should be good now.
Hey,
there we
GG's.
go. 30 minutes to get palace access.
Yeah, the early part of the seed, you two were pretty close for a long time. You went and got downstab. Oboe skipped it and got a bit ahead, had Raft earlier and got to the east earlier. But, the Thunder Hunt, you gained a little bit of time back on. Could have been, obvious, with where it was, it could have been a big swing either way. And then, GP, we were saying, only 2 lives, no downstab for Oboe. It could be mean. We could have it could be a game over fest, right? Who knows? And then, unfortunately, Oboe kind of found the right way very quickly, and that was the end of that.
Was it up from where I went down in the drop, or was it?
Yeah, it was somewhere up there. Oboe ended up taking a loop, and then you had to go up, and then there was a left at one junction you had to take. But I don't know exactly, and it's hard to keep track of the shape, but it definitely was more upward.
Okay. Well, there was one left on this path that I could have taken. That was up a bit, but that's okay.
Yeah,
unfortunate to start 0-1, but that's okay. I got an easier path now.
Yeah, join the club. It's not going to be an easier path anyway.
Yeah, I'll trade you. I have to probably fight Oboe next week, man. Dude is immortal. He was the last second joiner too. Oh, you weren't even supposed to fight Oboe. That's right.
Yeah, we. And not that I want to fight Para any more than Oboe.
Dang it, Bobby.
Para had to withdraw at the last minute, and Oboe filled her spot in. So we've got an even number of players, but this is just going to be a hot mess through all of Swiss, and then we're going to get to brackets, and it's going to be a hotter mess. So.
Yeah, brackets is where it's at. You just sandbag your way through. It's all good. I believe.
Gotta get to 3 and 1.
Yeah, the story of the seed was basically, almost decided not to go and get down stab. Excuse me, Jesus, sorry. It didn't seem to cost him too much in GP, and I think he got to the east a little faster than you just with the raft, where it was. That's about the story of the seed. You did, you were making up time because he went to 6 first. You went right into 2 and found it. So if GP was longer and harder, and had a downstab block, this was yours to take. I know that's not any solace, but you're played good.
Yep, I played my advantage. I had the hammer, and I'm like, you know what? I spent time, got this hammer. I'm gonna go to 2 because I saw it. I'm like, I could clear the overworld, and then I'm gonna go to 2. Because it had 2 items, and like, sure, that's a little bit, in theory, faster than 6. In theory.
Yep. Yeah, it was the right choice. Well, it was the right choice, right? That's where Thunder was. So
it was a reasonable choice and the right one.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Wait,
how long did it
to
take
say.
Oboe to get to the ability to cast Fairy? Because it took me over 30 minutes.
It was a little faster. You two were pretty similar early on, and then you spent that extra time looking for down stab, and Oboe up aid after doing Hammer Cave and getting up stab, and just went right to Saria after that. Well, went to go get Bagu's letter first.
Yeah, you both snubbed the letter.
Both did it. Okay.
Never
right,
snubbed the letter, man. Come on.
Yep. Everyone disrespecting
Upsetting.
the letter.
We had Fairy. I'm like, all I gotta do is get a couple of magic containers, a couple of levels, it'll be fine.
It was not. It was not fine.
Yeah.
It was not fine.
Bagu sends his regards in the form of a letter.
It's no longer a love letter. It's now a chastising letter.
All right, I have nothing else to say about this race. Elendar, I don't know if you have any last words.
Nope. I'm good. GG's, and see you next round.
My mic has been muted this whole time. That's awesome. I was doing my whole thing. I was like, I was smooth.
I wasn't sure.
I was so smooth going through everything. All right, let's try this again. Thank you so much to our lovely 2 trackers and commentators, the Goblin and Elendar, for helping with this race and really helping make us understand a lot of stuff. Our lovely 2 runners, Oboe and Chadbert. Let me do the thing where I put this, and that's the wrong button. All right. There you go. And there you go. I did not have... Okay, cool. Everyone's on that. Perfect. So, yes, thank you to everyone who did volunteer for this race, and our 2 racers for putting on quite a show. Whenever you guys put Z2R back on the thing for next Swiss round, we'll try to have it on here. With that, let me see. Coming up, I believe tomorrow we will be having... Let me make sure. It'll be the MMR Blitz tournament. Losers bracket round 4 between the other section and Bucky 34. We'll get a restream for that. We'll have some TPR coming up pretty soon. That's started recently. That's awesome. And yeah, we'll be around for a little while. So thanks guys so much for watching, and we're gonna head out. Thank you guys.